welcome you to the 2022 commencement exercises of the School of Nursing, an event we haven't held since 2019. This is an exciting day. We have much to celebrate, including the fact that this morning, early in the morning, we had an earthquake, a 4.1er in the East Bay, and we're all still here tonight. Now, this is the time in the program where I am going to ask you to check the score of the Warriors game one last time. And then please turn off your cell phones. I'm Catherine Gillis, the Dean of the School of Nursing, and it's my pleasure to be your Mistress of Ceremonies this evening. Let me begin by introducing our distinguished guests who join me on the stage. Dr. Sam Hogwood is unable to be here tonight, but he is represented ably by Provost Daniel Lowenstein. We're also joined by the Dean of the Graduate Division, Nikkei Blake. The Dean of the School of Dentistry, Michael Reddy. The Chair of the Nursing Faculty Council, Mi-Jong Park. The UCSF Health Chief Nurse Executive, Dr. Pat Patton. The Associate Chief Nursing Officer for Nursing Excellence, Vice President and Chief Population Health Officer, who's also the Associate Dean for Clinical Affairs in the School of Nursing, Dr. Gina Schuler. The UCSF Health Informatics Officer, Kay Burke. Director of Clinical Practice and Research in the Center for Nursing Excellence and Innovation at the UCSF Medical Center, Hildy Shell Chappell. Vice President and Chief Nursing Officer of the UCSF Medical Center Adult Services, Dr. Art Dominguez. Associated students of the School of Nursing graduate representatives, Lauren Rusiello and Vicki Valentine. And last, but certainly not least, President and CEO of the UCSF Health System and today's main commencement speaker, Suresh Gunasekaran. I'd like to begin this evening by inviting forward Dr. Lowenstein, who will represent the university. Dan?
Thank you, Dean Gillis. Boy, pretty rowdy crowd, I think. It's great. Yes, I'm Dan Lowenstein, and I serve as the Executive Vice Chancellor and Provost here at UCSF. And it's a pleasure to be with all of you here this evening. And it's an honor to serve as one of many leaders here at UCSF during a very momentous time at UCSF. The great Nelson Mandela once said, "Many things seem impossible until they're done." And today, what might have seemed impossible to you is now done. Not only is this a tremendous achievement in its own right, but you are graduating in the midst of the weightiest challenge to modern healthcare, the COVID-19 pandemic. And our goal at UCSF has been to train you for a lifetime of caring, imagination, and discovery. And we want you to make a difference in the world, and we trust that we've prepared you well for the challenges and the opportunities you'll encounter. You all, in turn, leave us your legacy, a school that has been enriched by your time with us. You've been educated in a time of change, preparing you for careers that are sure to be characterized by more challenges, unexpected and unforeseen, for decades to come. And science and healthcare alike have made fantastic progress even in the short time you've been at UCSF. And my goodness, I have to go off note for just 10 seconds by just all of us recognizing what science and healthcare has done for our society over the last 2 years. And through all of this, I thank each of you for your passion, your spirit, and your hard work, all of which make up the very fabric of UCSF. Your record here shows that you will doggedly advocate for patients, for better outcomes, for healthy individuals, and a healthy society, no matter your perch. And we can't predict what the next wave of change will look like, nor what change will demand of each one of us. But what we do know is that the future is in your hands, and I look forward with the rest of the leaders here at UCSF with great anticipation to watching you invent all of our futures. Congratulations and thank you.
It's now my pleasure to introduce you to the chair of the faculty, Dr. Mi-Jong Park.
I was told to keep my speech for 2 minutes, which we can do. Dear UCSF School of Nursing, class of 2022, on behalf of faculty, let me congratulate you on your amazing accomplishment and on the first step towards your new chapter of your life. In Zen Buddhism, there is a saying about learning. When a student is ready, teacher will show up. This is about lifelong learning and about how learning happens in stages. You and I are here for a reason, to teach one another what each of us need to learn at this moment. However, there is many things that we can learn from textbook. Love, integrity, caring, etc., and other things. Many theories and concepts you learn here at UCSF, in fact, will truly become yours through experience and reflection. So let me congratulate you again and share this good blessing to you. May your teacher show up at the perfect moment to teach you what you need to learn to be the leader you need to be.
Now we're going to hear from a representative of the graduating students, a series of representatives of the graduating students. The first student speaker is Angel Costin. Angel is a candidate for the Doctor of Philosophy in Nursing degree. Welcome. You may introduce the next person. It's in the script, right?
Wow, good evening. Good evening, family, faculty, staff, and research scientists. Congratulations, class of 2022. You're supposed to applaud. Yeah. Yes. My name is Angel Costin, and I am so pleased and blessed to share a few thoughts and inspirations with you today. So what's next, they say. But I say, hold on. Before we talk about what's next, let's take a moment to reflect on the past, to be present in this moment, and then look forward to the future. Have you ever started down a path and just thought you were headed in a direction only to find yourself in a completely different place, maybe a wonderful place? Or maybe you were headed down a beautiful path and then found yourself in a place that was just wild. That's how I feel about our PhD journey. We started just wanting a doctorate. We just wanted a doctorate, right? And little did we know that this PhD journey would be very spiritual and personal. It's a personal journey filled with many, many surprises. I want to encourage you to just reflect, even right now, about the past few years during your program. Who were the people that came into your life that made lasting impressions? I have a couple. I have many. Julie, I just want to call your name out. What are the places? What places did you spend time crafting your papers and reflecting and listening? What experiences did you have that showed you that you were not alone and helped you know that you were stronger, smarter than you ever thought you could be? Now let's just take a moment and consciously acknowledge the people, the places, and the things in our journey. Take a moment, close your eyes even if you have to, just right now. If you need to, and present, just be present in your mind, in your body, and in your spirit in this moment. Feel the presence of those who brought you to this point. They were with you during this program. They are with us now. And guess what? They're going to be with us into our future. See, now a new thing is happening. And it's happening in our life right now. Can you perceive it? Today, I want to encourage you to perceive a new thing. As you journey down your road as a researcher, it is our position to discover the new. So recognize the new, perceive the new that is happening in your life today. I recently spoke with an executive coach who made just a profound statement to me. He said, "Angel, it's time to stop focusing on the nouns in your life and start focusing on the verbs." I'm just going to pause and let you think about that. It's not about the nouns. It's about the verbs. My nouns are, I'm a daughter, I'm a sister, I'm an auntie, I'm a wife, I'm a Californian, I'm a PhD. And although each noun is extremely important, our names, our titles, our places, they're not the verbs we're called to. I believe the nouns in our lives are placed all around us to prepare us for our verbs. What has this PhD journey inspired you to do in this world? Some were born to heal, others to love, and even some to die. What is your verb? You are equipped with titles, education, people, and experiences, and now is the time to decide what to do with all of that. I believe we are now prepared to do it all that we were planned and designed to do. We will not be limited by our minds, but we will be limitless by the spirit and passion inside of us, leading us into all the right paths we were created for. We will live in this moment, enjoy the success, be inspired by what we have learned and how we have grown through our failures. We will live life to its fullest because that is what our presence here demonstrates. We have chosen life today, and the presence of our lives today means life for others tomorrow. Class of 2022, we made it. We did it. Yes, we did it. So go with passion, be fearless, and know that no one can take your place in this world. You are the only you there is. You are the only one who can do what you've been assigned to do. Shine your light brightly, give your gifts freely, and remember that it's okay to present your nouns. It's okay, but more importantly, present your verbs. Congratulations, scientists. Be strong and very courageous and continue to change the world. Thank you. So now I am supposed to introduce, representing the Doctor of Nursing Practice class of 2002, Michelle Erickson.
Thank you, Angel. That's a lot to follow. Just a slight correction. I'm Catherine Schott from the class of 2021 DNP. Woot! So that's a lot to follow. So I'm going to begin with some words from the founder of modern nursing, who said, "Nursing is a progressive art, such that to stand still is to go backwards." This is more true today than when Florence Nightingale said it in the 1800s. We've all been living at light speed, especially in healthcare. COVID accelerated illness and death across the world. It accelerated and exposed economic and racial disparities in America. However, it also accelerated innovation, including the expansion of telehealth services and the invention of a vaccine that has saved millions of lives. Yes, woo! Right. As masters, postmasters, DNP, and PhD graduates, we are the next generation of leaders in healthcare. How do we keep pace to ensure that we aren't standing still? Progress will require that we be big and bold with our hearts, our ideas, and our actions. Our profession has a history of bold doers. A nurse, Clara Barton, founded the Red Cross. A nurse, Dorothea Dix, transformed mental health care in America. A nurse was even the inspiration for the famous 1985 Live Aid concert that raised money for famine in Ethiopia and happened to feature an iconic performance from the band Queen. Yeah! The legacy of these nursing leaders teaches us that advocating for our patients extends far beyond the bedside. The health of our communities depends on having a healthy climate. The health of our communities depends on dismantling racism and systems of oppression. The health of our communities depends on a patient's right to privacy and bodily autonomy. Woo! Thank you. That one's particularly personal to me as a Planned Parenthood employee. Graduates, with our expertise, passion, and tenacity, we are just the people to take on these challenges. As you step forward into this new professional role, I'll leave you with the words of President Barack Obama, who said, "Don't just get involved. Fight for your seat at the table. Better yet, fight for your seat at the head of the table." Thank you. So now I have the honor of introducing Mitchell Erickson, who is representing the DNP class of 2022.
Good evening. So first, I would like to express my gratitude to the faculty of the Doctor of Nursing Practice for our class of 22, and also my admiration for my colleagues in the class of 22. Thank you so much. We pursue advanced degrees for different reasons. My desire to pursue a doctoral degree has never wavered, but the actuation actually took 3 decades. I specifically chose the Doctor of Nursing practice to examine a gap in healthcare, translate those findings, and implement a change in practice in real time. Our specific class created a collective bond of support to ensure our success and prevent us from stalling in academic exploration. We assessed gaps in healthcare delivery, standardization, trainee education, and patient and provider experience. We evaluated global healthcare systems and models of care to determine how they might be assimilated in the healthcare system in the United States. I surmise that our leadership paths will vary as much as our quality improvement interests. Regardless of our professional directions, we will endeavor to maintain connection with each other and our faculty. As leaders and agents of change, we are entrusted to close those gaps and address the challenges and evolution of our complex healthcare systems and educational curricula. To keep our work relevant, we must remain at the forefront of political and clinical conversations to reduce the inequalities of those who provide and those who receive healthcare services. Thank you.
Our next student speaker is Vicki Valentine.
So I'll just stand by your side.
Vicki represents, she's a candidate for the Master of Science. And Vicki, we welcome you.
Thank you. Thank you. This is a really big honor. Honored to stand in person before each and every one of you. Want to call out faculty, administrators, all the staff, graduates, and all of the friends and loved ones of the graduates. The energy in this hall feels electric, and I think that's in part because our class has had so few opportunities to be in person over the last 2 years, so let's soak it in. And I want to say thank you. And thank you to Dean Gillis is warranted, and to faculty and staff and anyone else who figured this out, who balanced safety and tradition to make this beautiful event happen tonight. Thank you. I hope that this in-person UCSF School of Nursing graduation, the first one we've had since 2019, helps all of us graduates make this feel a little bit more real. Not virtual, but real, and fully take in the significance of our achievements, as well as take in the strength that it took to get here. UCSF's nurse practitioner program is intense and demanding, sometimes called a fire hose of an experience by those who experience it. Our class has kept up with heavy coursework, hundreds of hours of clinical training, quarter by quarter, during uniquely challenging times. In addition to a pandemic with no apparent end in sight, Our time at UCSF has also been riddled with a long series of deeply impactful crises. Police shootings, wildfires, mass shootings, surging violence targeting Black, Asian, and trans communities, January 6th. I'll stop there. It's been a lot. Graduations are a celebratory time, and we will have plenty of time for that. I hope you all kick up your heels. I can't be sure why my classmates voted for me to give these remarks, but I suspect that it's because I tend to tell the truth. And and the truth is that it's important to validate publicly that all of those events and conditions have been incredibly hard on our spirits. Of course, we didn't struggle alone. Our faculty were also in the trenches. As that 2-week lockdown evolved into an extended new normal, we all felt the toll of mounting stress and recognized it on your faces too, faculty. But even through small Zoom squares where we met virtually every week, often in pajamas, we felt your profound commitment to us. Our faculty, for those of you who don't know, have gone above and beyond to hold us to high standards while also being flexible and supportive when we were not okay. It's been so obvious how deeply you care about our success and well-being, faculty, so thank you for shepherding us through this journey. This hasn't been an easy ride for us, and your job has also not been easy. I want to offer a special appreciation to one faculty in particular. Beloved midwifery professor Rebecca Kaplan. Rebecca taught at UCSF for over 20 years before she passed tragically last fall. She put her heart and soul into training generations of student midwives, including some in this room, and into her midwifery practice at SF General, and it showed. Her students and colleagues admired her wisdom, her curiosity, her unique blend of woo and science, and her commitment to equity. Her memory lives on in the hearts of everyone who knew and loved her, and in the hundreds of practicing midwives she trained who are catching babies all over the United States today. And may you rest in power, Professor Kaplan. Over these 2 years, our class has revealed its character as we've decided who we wanted to be at UCSF and how we've wanted to engage with each other, some of the only things we actually had control over. And honestly, it's been heartwarming to see such generosity of spirit within our class, to see students go out of their way to support one another so that we might cross the finish line together. Thank you for choosing kindness, for advocating, for consoling, for helping others to study for OSCEs and proofread comps, for lifting up your peers in countless ways. I hope each of you feel proud of the ways you've contributed to this community, for the ways we showed up for each other. We adapted, had no choice, but we adapted to this unexpected paradigm, and we made the most of our time together. So congratulations for that. Though our class has faced many of the same challenges, each of us has had our own journey to and through UCSF. Many of us are first-generation students. And come from families in which higher education was out of reach. Your achievements at UCSF and beyond will shape what feels within reach for your relatives who are watching and learning from your example. Many have immigrant parents who are bursting with pride for what you, the first generation in the US, have accomplished. Many of the people we've turned to in difficult moments over the last 2 years are here tonight, traveled from near and far to honor our achievements and resilience. So to all of our friends and loved ones in attendance and on the internet, know that your love and support has made all of this possible. I don't have any flowery quotes. Just up here to say the truth, I think. A pandemic changed how we were taught, but we're leaving UCSF with the skills and tools to become incredible healthcare providers. We are all on our way to doing impactful work with heart in communities that deserve the quality, dignified care that we will provide. But first, may you take a well-deserved rest. Exhale, reconnect with people who matter to you, including people here. And when the time is right, may you find work that matters, a job that deserves your talents, work that moves your soul. And don't forget to hold the door open for those who come after you. So congratulations to each of you, and I want to say big hugs to my MEPN people. I'm so proud, and I can't wait to see what we all do next. Love you.
Well, if the faculty weren't feeling proud enough of the work of our students, they should be invited to take a bow right now. I think, thank you for sharing the representatives and their experiences. This has been a difficult couple of years, and I appreciate the grace and the wisdom and the caring that was reflected in each of those talks. Thank you all very much. I'm now very honored to introduce you to this year's commencement speaker, Suresh Gunasekaran. Suresh is President and CEO of UCSF Health, the internationally recognized health system of the University of California, San Francisco. He oversees UCSF Health's expanding network of affiliate care organizations throughout Northern California. Suresh joined us a mere 3 months ago from the University of Iowa Hospitals and Clinics, where he was CEO and served as Associate Vice President for the University of Iowa Healthcare. He led the clinical enterprise of Iowa's only comprehensive academic medical center, a more than $2 billion operation with 11,000 employees. Suresh has more than 20 years of experience in healthcare administration and information technology, with a focus on quality and safety, and patient service and collaboration and operational excellence. Please join me in welcoming Suresh.
Hey everybody, how are you? I'd like to first thank Dean Gillis, Provost Lowenstein, and the faculty of the School of Nursing for having me here today. It's true, I've only been here 100 days. This looks a little bit different than Iowa. We did have some pretty impressive plans for this evening. I was told it was going to be a commencement at the Chase Center. I was told the speaker was one Draymond Green. They were a little busy tonight, so we moved it here, and you're stuck with me. Like I said, it's only been 100 days. The robe is apparently in the mail. Now, I'd like to actually recognize that it takes an amazing group of people to put together this event during a pandemic with all the rules, the regulations, and the sincere desire to keep everyone safe. So a round of applause to everyone that made it possible. I'd like to congratulate the class of 2022. Thank you for showing up. Thank you. Isn't it great to be in one hall all together? Don't we mostly look better than we did on Zoom? This class has had to endure times that sometimes were just unthinkable. You know, when you make the sacrifice to pursue higher education and you're confronted with a once-in-a-century pandemic, it makes you question the decisions that you made. And I can tell you on behalf of UCSF and all universities across the country that we were scared of whether we could deliver on what we're supposed to deliver for you. I'm proud to say that we figured it out, but we figured it out together. It wasn't traditional, and it was really personally trying. I can only imagine what many of you faced semester after semester with the changed learning models, the changed assignments, the uncertainty around rotations, and every single time you were able to lean on one another and you were able to lean on your faculty. And in the end, I think you're going to be better prepared for all of it. This, for me, is very humbling. To be in the midst of a pandemic, to be invited to speak at a School of Nursing commencement is both an honor and a privilege, but I represent a whole series of leaders, workers, and others from the healthcare industry that know that there would be no path forward in this pandemic without nursing. Science is wonderful. Vaccines are great and effective, although we weren't exactly sure in Iowa. We were actually. But in the end, the reality I can tell you is that there were a lot of patients in rooms by themselves without their family members, and the family they had was their nursing staff. There were so many patients and community members that needed to be tested. And those that rose to the occasion were not just the nurses, but the nursing students, the dental students, the pharmacy students, the retired nurses, the physicians, a whole community. There would be no pandemic response in this nation without all healthcare workers working together. And it's that spirit that has gotten us through this pandemic, and it's that spirit that I hope will inspire you to great careers moving forward. But graduations aren't only about the practice of nursing. Graduations are also about families. And I would like to take a moment to say, can you believe these guys made it through? I know some of you can't, really, but I was in that crowd 2 weeks ago. My daughter was graduating 3,000 miles from here in Washington, D.C., and I was able to only imagine her at 6, at 12, at 15, all the times that she both said she could do it and she couldn't do it, but every time she did it. And we were ever grateful for the great colleagues, the classmates, the teachers, the other parents, some of the boyfriends, for getting her through that process. Everyone's journey is different. But the one thing I will say is that when we watched her walk across the stage, we knew that it was a tremendous family accomplishment, and we were so proud of her for having given us that opportunity. And on behalf of all the families here, I want to thank all the graduates for what they have done, not only for themselves, not only for their families, but for their community as well. So, the healthcare industry, 2022. It's the best of times, it's the worst of times. Maybe more worst of times these days, huh? You know, you read the headlines and you continue to see that a healthcare system that is quite often built on a desire for profit leaves people behind on a consistent basis, that not all members of our community are able to achieve the same healthcare outcomes because we don't make healthcare accessible to them, and we don't listen to them, and we don't look like them. We often see that for all of the great medical advances that we have, that we're not able to make them accessible to everyone. We know that doing scientific work is becoming more complicated as government support becomes more difficult, and the burden of advances continues to grow. We know it's harder to be a frontline healthcare worker. So much of the healthcare system is not about what happens in a patient room, but all the processes, all the paperwork, all the other stuff that has to happen around it. In fact, when you take a look at this as a whole, you might even feel like the healthcare system is a bit broken. And during this pandemic, the system even looked worse, as it seemed that this healthcare system was breaking the people actually delivering the care. This has been the hardest 3 years of my professional career, not because I was delivering care on the front lines and I was having a tough time balancing my personal life and my professional life, but in fact because I had to watch thousands and thousands of healthcare workers do that, and everything that I seemed to do only was partial solution and never fully acceptable. But I will leave you with these thoughts. In spite of these great challenges in the industry, in spite of what seems very broken, in spite of the pain that we all feel when the system doesn't work for all of us, or even those of us that work in the system, I tell you today, I'm really optimistic. Not a little bit optimistic, really optimistic. You know, and when you're optimistic, you don't always win every game. You might even lose game 1 at home. But I will tell you, there are 3 things that I always think about when you're in this situation. And there have been a lot of really great quotes. And graduations are supposed to have this, but I'd like to, quote a great scholar, scientist, Mike Tyson, who said that everyone has a plan until they get punched in the face. But let me tell you, one part of the plan has always worked. You chose this profession because the unifying theme, the unifying belief in nursing, as far as I'm concerned, is that the potential of human compassion is almost infinite. And I'm here to tell you that compassion in nursing is still alive. It is still thriving. It is still the lifeblood of what we do in healthcare systems, and there is nothing stopping us. Number 2, you are today advancing in the field of nursing with a significant educational accomplishment that will open multiple doors for you. But please know that what our system needs of you is for you to use all of your skills. You did not learn skills in nursing alone. You learned skills in healthcare leadership. You learned skills in healthcare social services. You learned skills in healthcare finance. You learned skills in healthcare informatics. You learned skills in health services research. You learned many, many, many skills, and this is why I'm so optimistic. If you take a look at the talent that is coming through our nursing programs today, compared to a mere 2 decades ago, or even 50 years ago, the nursing educational system is providing the future leaders of healthcare in the United States. Because this curriculum opens your eyes to the great potential of not just the challenges of the healthcare system, but what is possible in the healthcare system. And it gives you the secret to unlocking that potential. Healthcare is a team sport, and those that are best versed in being able to work with others, to put others in front of yourself, will be successful. Then finally, never forget that you are a UCSF graduate. That's right, UCSF. And what UCSF stands for is a community of people that are committed to lifelong learning, that are committed to making sure that all in our field experience the latest in advances, the latest in generating new evidence and applying that evidence to the betterment of our community, and most of all, a UCSF community that is committed to the next generation that follows us, to make sure that the future is as bright as we all know that it can be. So as I conclude, I do feel very optimistic, and you are the major reason that I'm optimistic. When I look across this crowd, I see folks that have made tremendous sacrifices to be in this position, that have tremendous talent that they're waiting to apply. But I only have one bit of advice as I leave the stage, and that is, number one, always bet on yourself. And what I mean by that is that, as Professor Tyson said, I never get caught up in the plan that you have today. The plan you have today is the beginner plan. You can call it Plan A, you can call it Plan B, but whatever it is, it's the beginning of a journey. And be committed to yourself. Be true to yourself. Follow your dreams. Utilize all of your talents. This world needs more of you. It needs the kind you. It needs the hardworking you. It needs the team player that you will be, and ultimately the leaders that you will be. Leadership does not mean that you have to stand as the leader of a large organization like UCSF. Leadership begins at home, with your friends, with your family. Leadership begins on the teams where you choose to follow someone else and help them achieve their goals. Leadership is putting the needs of the patient in front of you ahead of everything else. I am so excited to see what you will bring, not only to this community, but to the nation. Thank you so much, and congratulations.
You'd think after 3 years we'd figured it out, but it's hard to remember. Suresh, thank you for those inspiring words. I would go so far as to say, it appears you are an ally. And I'm also going to say, I think you're probably about halfway to being recognized as an honorary alumnus. So keep it up, buddy. After 100 days, you're doing all right. Thank you. Now, we're going to celebrate the accomplishments of, we say, some of our brightest lights. We have a series of awards we'd like to give out, and as we do, we're going to recognize people and ask them to stand. The first is our Distinguished Dissertation Award in the discipline of nursing. This recognizes the nursing doctoral student whose dissertation best exemplifies scholarship and innovation and best contributes to the discipline of nursing. This year's winner is Sukarti Suba, who's unable to be with us this evening. His dissertation is entitled Evaluation of Premature Ventricular Complexes During In-Hospital Electrocardiographic Monitoring in the Intensive Care Unit. There actually on the script were a lot of initials that I thought some of you wouldn't be able to follow, so I translated it. Dr. Suba's dissertation work has created knowledge in the field of computerized electrocardiology related to premature ventricular complex, or PVC, monitoring. He wrote 3 papers for his dissertation, all of which have been accepted for publication. His work, yes, that is an accomplishment. His work has added to our understanding of alarm burden experienced by nurses and other providers during the processes of monitoring cardiac arrhythmias. Congratulations to Sukarti, and share it with him when you see him next. Our next award is the Distinguished Dissertation Award in the discipline of sociology. This recognizes the doctoral student whose dissertation best exemplifies scholarship and innovation and best contributes to the discipline of sociology. And this year's award winner is Melanie Jeske. Melanie? Melanie's dissertation was entitled Organs and Humans on Chips, Translation, Biomedical Models, and Political Economy of Innovation. Dr. Jeske's novel, Dr. Jeske, how does it sound? Yeah. Dr. Jeske's novel dissertation traces the emergence of what are called organ chips, a clear polymer about the size of a flash drive, which has channels and reservoirs designed to model a particular human organ. This technology promises to replace in the conduct of pharmaceutical testing and biomedical research, replace animals and other complex biologic beings. And for those of you who care about animals and biologic beings, this is a major breakthrough. We congratulate you on this award. The dissertation, the Distinguished Doctor of Nursing Practice Project Award honors an outstanding student whose translational project exemplifies a scholarly and innovative contribution to nursing, leadership, and/or practice change that benefits the profession, patients, and the system of care. And this year's award goes to Douglas Wegeman. Please stand. A psychiatric mental health nurse practitioner practicing in Southern California, he recognized the impact of acute and cumulative trauma on the patients he was seeing. His sensitivity and awareness led him to an evidence-based project to support an enterprise-wide shift in the practice culture at a 6-center homeless shelter organization. Based on federal Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration guidelines, he designed, implemented, and evaluated an educational program to better inform practice throughout the organization. The results indicate improved provider knowledge and attitudes toward these at-risk patients. We offer our congratulations. Next, the Outstanding Master of Science Student Award. This award honors a student in the Master of Science program in nursing, and this year's award goes to 2 students who over the past 2 years have demonstrated leadership, scholarship, and specialty expertise of the highest order. Whitney Bagby and Vivian Wang. Please, there they are. Whitney Bagby is a student, stay up, yep, wave it up. Whitney Bagby is a student in the psych mental health nurse practitioner specialty who has demonstrated a commitment for caring for vulnerable and underserved populations, as well as providing clinical care on a volunteer basis. Since January 2021, he's provided patient care by way of the UCSF Street Nursing Initiative. And in this initiative, he uses his clinical skills to provide basic clinical care and crisis intervention. He's also volunteered as a part of the UCSF MSc South Shelter Clinic since December 2019. A leader in advocacy for trans and queer health, he served as the student co-coordinator of the Transgender Health elective course at UCSF and served on transgender and LGBTQ patient advisory councils across the Bay Area. The recipient of multiple awards and recognitions, Whitney was the recipient of the 2021 Emma de Boncourt Trans Health Scholarship Award, and twice received the Alex Aganos Award, earmarked for students who demonstrate a commitment to caring for underserved populations. In addition, he received the American Psychiatric Nurses Association's, he received the American Psychiatric Nurses Association's Board of Directors Student Scholarship Award. That's something. Clearly, Whitney has demonstrated uncommon leadership in advancing equitable care for underserved communities, and we offer our congratulations. Our second award winner, Vivian Wang, is a student in the adult gerontology clinical nurse specialty who has demonstrated clinical expertise in caring for oncology patients experiencing oncologic emergencies. Vivian completed a master's thesis in which she explored co-occurring symptoms of sleep disturbance and cognitive function. As a member of the San Francisco Bay Area's Oncology Nursing Society, the local chapter of the 36,000-member Oncology Nursing Society, Vivian works to educate oncology nurses and offers support to patients and caregivers with cancer. We look forward to her shaping the care of oncology patients across UC Health and beyond, and we offer our congratulations to you. And finally, we're pleased to award the Nursing Alumni Association Student Award for Meritorious Service. The Nursing Alumni Association honors a graduating student who has made a significant contribution and service to the community. Please join me in congratulating this year's recipient, Leor Bloom. Leor? Leor completed a Doctor of Nursing Practice improvement project that addressed the care of laboring women, decreasing the time from admission to delivery of the baby in women who were having labor, and that labor was being induced. Prior to her project, women were admitted to the hospital where they waited for several hours as labor progressed. She noted that the vast majority of women would be ideal candidates for outpatient induction of labor and spend a lot less time in the hospital waiting as labor progressed. In consultation with attending physicians and midwives, she proposed, wrote, and shepherded a policy and protocol through the approval process at her hospital. This step in the process demonstrates Leor's extra and meritorious service provided to Bay Area women above and beyond the requirements of the Doctor of Nursing Practice project. Creation of this protocol not only allows women to begin the labor process in the comfort of their homes, but also frees up beds in a very busy labor and delivery environment. This leads to decreased costs and requiring fewer nursing hours in the monitoring of the early labor process. And more importantly, less cost to the laboring patient by decreasing hours in the inpatient hospital setting. Thanks to you for driving this change forward. The induction now of labor process overall has been re-examined, and other Sutter sites, Sutter? Maybe we can fix that. Other Sutter sites throughout Northern California are interested in implementing a similar policy, and Lior has pledged to work to standardize this protocol as standard of care for other L&D units in the healthcare system. We offer our sincere congratulations and our appreciation. And now we turn our attention to our faculty. We have a series of awards that recognize our faculty for their teaching excellence. First of all, the 2022 PhD Mentor of the Year Award is bestowed by the graduates of the doctoral program in recognition of the faculty members' dedication, support, and guidance. And this year's award goes to Dr. Caroline Stevens. Dr. Stevens is recognized for outstanding mentorship, her selfless dedication, and deep loyalty to her students. Her inspirational words are encouraging and motivating, and we appreciate your work. The 2022 DNP Mentor of the Year Award is bestowed by graduates of the Doctor of Nursing Practice program in recognition of a faculty member's dedication, support, and guidance. And this year's award goes to Dr. Julin Chen. Who is a marshal, and she's short, but she's in the front of the audience here. Dr. Chen is recognized for her outstanding mentorship, her selfless dedication, and deep loyalty to students, to the school, and to the profession of nursing. We congratulate you on this recognition. The 2022 Teacher of the Year Award is bestowed by the graduates of the Master's Program in recognition of a faculty member who's demonstrated excellence in teaching. And this year's award goes to Andrew Penn. We thank Andrew for the hours of inspiration, gentle prodding, and enlightenment, and for the support he gives to students day in and day out. We congratulate you. Now, this concludes the awards portion of our ceremony, and before we move on to the presentation of certificates, I just want to take a moment to say thank you to our associated students in the School of Nursing. We have some of their officers with us here on stage. Would you please stand, our student officers? These students have represented their peers in an extremely difficult time. They have borne the burden of being in the middle. And I hope that you understand that we appreciate them as much as you do. And I thank you for your service. We also have with us tonight some members of the Alumni Association. And if you would stand, we want to thank you. I think one of our members is ill, and nonetheless, we're grateful. So when you see them, you are crossing over now into the alumni group. And one of the reasons we want them here is we want them to see you and be thinking about who they want to get involved with here. So heads up. We'll be calling. We're now going to present the certificates that will begin to recognize your accomplishments in degree completion. And I'm going to call forward Dr. Mary Lynch, who's going to present certificates. Mary?
Good evening. I did try to fish out my phone to find what this Warriors score is, because it made me a little nervous about hearing that you lost a first game. I'd like to believe that that's not the truth. But more importantly, I have the honor to recognize a number of individuals who've completed a rigorous postmaster's program, and now I would like to present their certificates to them. All right. Tiara Chowdhury. Thank you. Francisco Ziger Enza. Anna Joy Lichterman. Joanne Otani. Caitlin Sierra Rutten. Thankfully, one of my own, Melissa Emmy Wilcox. Ow! All right. And another great postmaster's NP in acute care pediatrics, Lindsay Rose Zupancic.
Steps. The conferring of degrees. This is the moment you've all been waiting for. Representing Chancellor Hoggood, I'm going to call forward Provost Daniel Lowenstein.
The degrees conferred by the University of California attest to the scholastic achievement of students and the university's fulfillment of its primary duty. In this ceremony, the Doctor of Philosophy, the Doctor of Nursing Practice, and the Master of Science degrees will be conferred.
Candidates for the degree Doctor of Philosophy in Nursing, please rise. The degree Doctor of Philosophy in Nursing is awarded in recognition of achievement in preparation for active scholarship and research. Recipients have completed a rigorous course of study, demonstrated superior scholarship, and made original contributions to the discipline of nursing through research and theory development. Provost Lowenstein, I present the candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Nursing.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Regents of the University of California, I confer upon you the degree Doctor of Philosophy in Nursing. Congratulations.
Will the graduates, led by their marshal, proceed to the stage for hooding?
Dr. Angela Costin, dissertation title, Examining the Use of Mobile Medical Clinics in the United States and Southern California. Dr. Sarah Dobbins, the roles of loneliness, social isolation, and inflammation and risk of cognitive impairment among older adults living with HIV. Dr. Rebecca Menza, recorded music listening interventions for symptom management during mechanical ventilation in critical care. Dr. Amanda Egloff, Nurses and Medication Administration Technologies. Dr. Michelle Diaz Nelson, Functional Recovery in Adults with Brain Injury. Dr. Carolyn Harris, Moving the Science of Symptom Cluster Research Forward, Phenotypic and Mechanistic Considerations. Dr. Deborah Law, Exploring the Experiences of African Americans who have been asked to donate the organs of a deceased loved one. Dr. Hyojin Jennifer Min, Review of Variables Associated with Glycemic Outcomes in Adolescents with Type 1 Diabetes. Dr. Ashley Janina Searle Younger, Household Air Pollution and Adverse Fetal, Neonatal, and Maternal Outcomes in Low and Middle Income Countries.
We're now ready to meet the candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Sociology. Would you please rise? The degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Sociology is awarded in recognition of achievement in preparation for active scholarship and research. Recipients have completed a rigorous course of study, demonstrated superior scholarship, and made original contributions to the discipline of sociology through research and theory development. Provost Lowenstein, I present the candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Regents of the University of California, I confer upon you the degree Doctor of Philosophy in Sociology. Congratulations.
Will the graduate, led by her marshal, proceed to the stage for hooding?
Dr. Melanie Jeske, dissertation title, Organs and Humans on Chips, Translation, Biomedical Models, and the Political Economy of Innovation.
Candidates for the degree of Doctor of Nursing Practice, would you please rise? The degree Doctor of Nursing Practice is awarded in recognition of achievement and preparation of students as clinical experts and leaders. Recipients are the top of the nursing profession in advancing patient care and policy in an increasingly complex healthcare delivery environment. Provost Lowenstein, I present the candidates for the degree Doctor of Nursing Practice.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Regents of the University of California, I confer upon you the degree Doctor of Nursing Practice. Congratulations.
Will the graduates, led by their marshal, please come forward to the stage for hooding?
Dr. Catherine Elizabeth Schott, Political Engagement of Midwives in Pennsylvania. Leor Bloom, Dr. Leor Bloom, Ripe and Ready, Improvement of the Induction of Labor Process with the Introduction of Outpatient Cervical Ripening. Dr. Julia Peck Sharada, Consultation Skills Training to improve nurse practitioner knowledge and confidence in requesting inpatient consultations. Dr. Anna Ignatova, frailty screening in homebound elderly. Dr. Rochelle Boyd Omololu, the impact of free produce boxes and education on nutrition behaviors in a Black-centering prenatal program. Dr. Kristen DeBellin Wilson, integrating nurse practitioner students in an interprofessional complex care coordination model for frequent users of the emergency department within a federally qualified health center. Dr. William A. Bradley, improving advanced practice providers' knowledge and confidence in accelerated diagnostic protocols. A quality improvement intervention in the emergency department. Dr. Rachel Kigano, individual and systemic trauma within minority populations, a trauma-informed care training for providers treating minority populations with ketamine-assisted psychotherapy. Dr. Bethany Gularis, relationship-based mentoring and educational intervention to improve advanced practice providers' mentoring competency. Dr. Laura Popovich, supporting efficiency during the neonatal golden hour. Dr. Sophie Rung, improving discharge education for adult patients with an ileostomy. Infant neurological assessment using the Hammersmith Infant Neurological Examination. Dr. Douglas Wageman, trauma-informed care training in a homeless shelter organization. Dr. Ashley Renee Johnson, a care corner to reduce stress in ICU nurses. Dr. Mitchell David Erickson, introducing structured medication reconciliation to older adults in the emergency department and assessing its impact.
Candidates for the degree Master of Science, major in nursing. Please rise. The recipients for the degree Master of Science have completed graduate coursework in nursing and the supporting sciences. They have been prepared to take leadership in transforming our healthcare system as health policy specialists in public health and in advanced practice nursing. They provide the highest quality of care to our patients, and they translate research into evidence that supports the highest quality practice. Provost Lowenstein, I present the candidates for the degree of Master of Science.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Regents of the University of California, I confer upon you the degree Master of Science. Congratulations.
Graduates, please take a seat until your row is called up to the stage, because we got a lot of you. And I want the first row, please, to be led by their marshal and come on forward. We're so happy to greet you on stage.
Hello. Thank you. Whitney Dalius Bagby. Vivian Wang. Abru Tontes. Casey Cullen. Kimberly Juarez. Elizabeth Sarah Lowell. Victor Rodenoff. Ryan Robert McPhee. Lauren Friedman. Noah Seth Bonneville. Kayla McAlpine. Olivia Joyce Chan. Navdeep Kaur. Sabrina Renee Deverich. Liesel Flora Piccolo. Vanessa Wagner Simmons. Abigail Tilly Ehrlich. Carissa Perkins. Wendy Ann Marusik. Shannon Tam. Sarika Holly Henderson. Fiera Foreman. Damaris Keitheka. Ellen Park Chang. Casey Nguyen. Julia Chang. Catherine Chong. Jessica Chui. Okay. Karina Shea. Iris Fit Tran. Okay. Nicole Navra Nura. I hope it was close. Sophia de Guzman Tan. Alejandra Sila Lee Flores. Deborah Gallegos. Catalina Mercedes Vasquez. Adam Fuller. Faven Mesvin. Camila Borja. Bianca Marielena Martinez. Lizette Victoria Manriquez. Moami Malan Gosal. Jeanette Dalby. Chelsea Noel Jones. Adrian Nunez. Nicholas Scott Rakin. Jennifer Cabello Chavez. Michael Bennett. Talia Schiff. Natalia Villegas. Stacen Varghese. Faith Halbert. Good for you. Matthew Summers. Alyssa Christine DeWeese. Jacob Riley DeWeese. Alexandra Victoria Mitchell. Zoe Carmen. Adriana Deanda Ramos. Ariel Bell. Ariel Bell. Marie Jean-Baptiste Frazier. Alyssa Joy Connors. Ariala Nakash, oh gosh, I killed that, Shiner. Max David Farber. Natalie Elizabeth Passe. Jocelyn Armenta. Debbie V. Nguyen. Emma Lutz. Carolina Jimenez. Lao Wei Lo. Karen DeSola Smith. Tanya Carol Napoli. Eleanor O'Connor Tressel. Diane Grace Giorgetti. Melissa Mellar, gonna say it again. Melissa Melargrani. Sorry, I practiced. Sitara Regani. Namuna Ta'apa. Lauren Danielle Obi. Shivani Juniga. Michelle Erazo. Tianjo Lisa Shui. Teresa Mercado Gantz. Jennifer Denise Mendoza. Cheryl Ann Perez. Audrey Reyes Sarmiento. Julissa Aya Fisher. Stephanie Rodriguez. Uparna Upadaya. Brooke Rochelle Brandt. Lauren Colsali. Wait a minute. Colsazio. Thank you. Laura Elizabeth Cox. Andrea Watson. Joanne Probert. Elizabeth Metzger. Gina Marie Martinelli. Josephine Sarah Chang. Portia Denise. Leah Monterosa. Laura Sidesman. Joanna Traeger. Danielle Marie DeStefano. Anna Weissman. Hannah Sensi. Carolina Ho. Joanna Kuanko. Kuaniko. Vida Roma Oskava. Brittany Bouvron. Harold Santos. Jesse Shao. Teresa Lee. Jin Den. Anna Nguyen. Kristen Yuna Bellin. Kimberly Berkvan. Nancy Hui. Austin Bauck. Christine Pelas. Oh God. I practiced this. Jax Parthasarthi. Say that again. Lauren Cabinta Persuela. Victoria Marie Valentine.
Ladies and gentlemen, the great class of 2022. Well, this one was worth waiting for, and we have concluded the 2022 commencement of the University of California School of Nursing. We congratulate all of you once again. We thank our faculty and our staff and our speakers and our honored guests for joining us this evening. And a special thanks to our staff who assisted in designing and implementing this evening. I ask that all family members and guests please remain seated for just a few minutes more until the graduates and faculty have processed from the auditorium. I know it's late, but we'll move quickly. Thank you and good evening.